So today we will be starting the new chapter in dynamics of machine course, that is motion in machinery. So we are going to analyze the kinematic part in machinery, which actually includes analysis of position of various links, analysis of velocity at any particular instant, and then acceleration. So acceleration leads to inertial force F by equation F is equal to ma. So once you have the value of acceleration, you can determine what is the inertial force existing in any particular link, and therefore you can design that link according to kinematic requirements. Apart from the stress requirement that you have already studied in strength of material course, there are these inertial forces which may get generated additionally due to the acceleration. So, and these three things are interrelated. Okay, so let's take an example of a cam and follower. Okay, so I'm just trying to show how these things are interrelated. So let's say there is a crank which is pivoted at this point, at some point. Let's say this is P, and on top of this cam there is this follower. Can everybody else mute themselves? So this cam actually rotates about this point, and as this cam rotates, the follower moves upside. Okay. Let's say this cam has moved through an angle theta. Okay. So when I say theta, let's say this is the center C, and this cam has moved through an angle theta such that now the C is here. So I'm just trying to elaborate a bit. So this is the cam, this is the earlier center C, this is the pivot point P, and after the rotation the C has come to here. So I can say that this angle which has been turned, let's say it is theta. Okay, this angle is theta, and as soon as this cam turns, the follower goes upside. So if this is the, let's say this is the initial position, and as soon as the cam turns through an angle theta, so then the cam, let's say cam is here, and now the follower has been moved to upside. Okay, this is the another position. So as the cam moves, the follower goes upside. So this is the final position. If the cam has moved by theta degree, how much distance the follower has gone upside? Let's say we want to determine, let's say this distance between P to C is capital R. The distance between pivot to center point is capital R, तो कितना डिस्टेंस फॉलोअर ऊपर गया, वी कैन डिटरमाइन कि ये C और C डैश में वर्टिकल डिफरेंस कितना है ना. दिस इज द डिस्टेंस बाय विच द फॉलोअर हैज मूव्ड अपसाइड. सो इसको कैसे निकाल सकते हैं. सो लेट्स से इट हैज मूव्ड बाय अ डिस्टेंस x. So earlier the distance between pivot point and C center point was R minus ये R में से अगर हम ये डिस्टेंस ये छोटी वाली डिस्टेंस माइनस कर देंगे तो हमें पता चल जाएगा कि ये कितना ऊपर गया है. सो हाउ मच इज दिस. सी दिस इज अगेन R एंड दिस इज थीटा, तो ये हो जाएगा R cos थीटा. सो R minus R cos theta is the distance it has moved. So we can write 1 minus cos theta. And once we have determined this distance, we can again determine the acceleration by differentiating the distance. We can determine the velocity by first differentiation of the distance. So R is a constant. So ये हो जाएगा R sin theta into d theta by t is nothing but omega. Similarly, अगर हमको acceleration निकालना है तो we can do it by double differentiating. The distance is also again differentiating the velocity, and it is nothing but R cos theta into omega square. So there are three expressions which are interrelated, which actually shows that in order to determine the velocity and acceleration, you need to know what is the position. And if we try to plot this curve, we can determine the position at any particular C. X is equal to R1 minus cos theta. It means that cos theta can have the maximum value of -1. You know? Cos theta max at 180 will be -1. So the maximum value of distance can go up to 2r. So we can say, let's say it is 2r. When theta is 0, so when theta is equal to 0, cos theta becomes 1. So distance becomes, I'm just plotting x versus, I'm plotting theta versus x. थीटा इधर है और डिस्टेंस इधर है. So at when theta is equal to 0, the distance moved is 0. When theta is 90, the distance is r. And when theta is 180, the distance is 2r. तो ऐसा हो जाएगा. This is 180 और यहाँ पे है 2r. Somewhere at 90 it was r. Okay, if this is r, so this is 90 degree, and similarly like this we can further plot the velocity, distance plot for a cam and corresponding follower. ठीक है, तो ये फॉलोअर जो है वो ये पाथ फॉलो करेगा एट एनी, जैसे जैसे हम लोग कैम को टर्न करते जाएंगे थ्रू वेरियस एंगल्स, द कैम विल गो अप टू मैक्सिमम डिस्टेंस ऑफ 2r and then comes back to 0 and again goes to 2r. Similarly, we can also plot velocity. If we have this expression, the velocity can be like this. So velocity can go into the negative, which actually means that velocity is a vector quantity. Okay, it just means that it is in negative direction. It means that it is uh, decreasing. Okay. Similarly, we can also plot the acceleration on the basis of this equation, and that's how we can determine the velocity, acceleration on the basis of position analysis. So position analysis is very important when we need to determine the velocity and acceleration of any machinery. Now, the velocity, the acceleration, the position, all these things can be done using vector analysis. So vectors play a very important role in the position, velocity and acceleration analysis of links. So let's discuss somewhat about vectors. So we know vectors are the quantities which require both magnitude as well as direction. So for an example, force is a vector, velocity is a vector, not speed. Okay, velocity, although velocity is a point function, but it is a quantity which is vector, which actually means that it requires both magnitude and direction for specifying it. Acceleration, you know what about stress? Stress is not a vector, you know. Stress depends on more than one direction, so it comes into the category of tensors. Now, if you remember stress and strain both depend on more than one direction. We define it by determining the stresses in 9 direction, if you remember. So stress and strain both are tensors. So vector properties, let's discuss some of the vector properties that will further help us. So if there are two vectors A and B, then they follow cumulative law, B plus A if there are similar three vectors, then A plus B plus C can also be written as A plus B plus C. Okay, same कम्यूटेटिव, इसको एसोसिएटिव लॉ बोलते हैं. Similarly, for multiplication, we can write if there is any numeral m which has been multiplied, so ma is equal to am. Okay. Similarly, ma plus b is actually equal to ma plus mb. And then there is unit vector au, that is determinant of a by Now any vector quantity can be represented by its components. So let's say if there is any position P which is in the space and it has a radius vector r from the origin, then we can define P by its three components. तो अगर हम लोग let's say there are three axes x, y, and z. Let's say this is x, this is y, this is z, just random, and this was the point P. Then this component will be equal to, if the radius vector is r, this component is equal to rz, and this component is equal, इसका अगर on this plane it has two values, that is rx and this is ry. Okay, so we can write, if I is the unit vector for x-axis, j is unit vector for y-axis, and k is unit vector for z-axis, then any point or any position which is represented by a radius vector r can be written as rxi plus ryj plus rzk. So most of the calculations which are related to position, velocity, and acceleration will involve application of such kind of vector component or position components. Now, so it is also important to understand how these components, what are the properties of these components. So let's say if there is any vector A, and this vector A can be represented by its component axi, ayj, and azk. And similarly, let's say there is any other position which is represented by B, and x, y, z being the same axis, and I, the values of I, j, and k also remain same. So I'm just trying to elaborate what is I. I is the unit vector on this, the value. इसका मतलब है कि if you divide it into infinitesimal parts on this axis, each part will have the I value. Okay, all the unit value you can also say. So byj plus bzk, and if a, the value of a is equal to b, it simply means that ax must be equal to bx, ay must be equal to by, and az must be equal to bz. So these, if a is equal to b, it simply means that this a must have the same position as b. So that is why all the components must also be equal. So if any one of them is not satisfied, then A is not equal to B. Similarly, if C is equal to A plus B, then it simply means that C is equal to AX plus BXI plus AY plus BYJ plus AZ plus BZ key. Similarly, you can also write an expression for the difference of A minus B on the same line, AX minus BXI plus AY minus BYJ plus AZ minus BZ key. Now let's talk something about the determinants. So I will be using all these values in further analysis. So I'm just trying to elaborate a little bit. So these are nothing but square arrays of vectors, okay, of elements, and sometimes we write DET, which refers to determinant, and determinant A can be written like this: A, B, C, D, and the value is AD minus BC. Let's say if it is an array of three vertical elements or three elements in each direction. So A, B, C, let's say D, E, F, and G, H, I, then it can be elaborated like A, EI minus HF plus D, HC minus BI plus G, BF minus EC. So that is how any determinant can be further elaborated to determine its value. Let's also discuss somewhat about cross products and dot products. So vector cross product. So cross product of a vector is a vector. So if the output is a vector, then it becomes a cross product. And cross product of two vector is a vector which is perpendicular to the plane. So अगर आप देखिए कि एक वेक्टर इधर है और एक दूसरा वेक्टर इधर है, और अगर if we can plot them on one plane, then the third vector must be perpendicular to this plane, and that will be the cross product of these two vectors. So cross product of a vector is perpendicular of two vectors is a vector which is a vector perpendicular to the plane in which two vectors lie. So let's say if there are two vectors, this is A and this is B, and they are separated by some angle theta, okay, by an angle theta, then we can say that their cross product, which let's say C, is equal to A cross B, and it is nothing but AB sine theta, where theta is the angle through which A and B are separated. This is also called sine product. Okay. If theta is 0, then the cross product will become 0. You know, if theta is 0, then C is equal to 0, which actually means that the vector cross product is 0. There is no cross product if two vectors are parallel to each other. When theta is equal to 0, it simply means that both the vectors are parallel. And the direction of this cross product C is perpendicular to the plane on which A and B are lying. Also, you must notice that unlike the simple vector products, the cross product may not follow all those laws. So, like if there is a vector A, then the cross product of A cross A will become 0 because theta is equal to 0. Okay. And if there are two vectors, then A cross B is equal to minus B cross A. Okay. Also, if I and J, I cross J will become K. You must notice that how it becomes K is because I and J are perpendicular. तो I और J ऐसा है, तो इसके जो perpendicular vector होगा वो K होगा. तो I cross J is equal to K. Similarly, J cross I is equal to minus K. Okay. J cross K is equal to I, and K cross J is equal to minus I. K cross I is equal to J, and I cross K is equal to minus J. Similarly, I cross I that is also equal to j cross j, and that is also equal to k cross k is equal to 0 because theta becomes 0. And very similar to the vector multiplications, if there are two vectors which have been represented by, let's say, A and B, and then A is represented by its I component multiplied by AX plus J component AY plus K component AZ, and let's say another vector which is B is IBX plus JBY plus KBZ, then their cross product A cross B can be determined by using the determinant. Okay, तो इसको अगर हम डिटर्मिनेंट फॉर्म में लिखना चाहें तो ऐसे लिख सकते हैं ए एक्स ए वाई ए जेड बी एक्स बी वाई बी जेड. नोटिस दिस इज ओनली द क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट. और इसको अगर हम फर्दर एलेबोरेट करें, सो वी कैन राइट आई sorry ay bz minus az by plus j az bx minus ax bz plus k ax by minus ay bx. So that is how a cross product can be determined. The value of a cross product can be determined. So let's say there is a link which is rotating on a plane. ये एक लिंक है और ये एक प्लेन पे रोटेट कर रहा है. And this is a spherical joint, okay, in 3-dimensional space. Let's say this can be rotated in 3-dimensional and this joint is spherical. At any particular state, at instant, its angular velocity is given by the vector I2 plus j minus 1 plus k4 radian per second. इसका मतलब है कि with this angular speed it is rotating in any direction, and at any particular instant the angular speed is given by omega is equal to I2 plus j minus 1 plus k4 radian per second. Let's say also that at any particular instant its radius vector r, ज़्यादातर रेडियस वेक्टर क्या होता है, इसका पोजीशन वेक्टर होता है ना. पोजीशन वेक्टर इज आल्सो कॉल्ड रेडियस वेक्टर, एंड वी से आर, वी जनरली यूज द नोटेशन आर फॉर रेडियस वेक्टर, and at any particular instant r is given by I minus 1 plus j10 plus k2 mm. And let's say we are required to find the velocity of this point P जिसका कि radius vector r और omega दिया हुआ है. So we are required to determine velocity of P. Notice that this P point can be anywhere on this link. So this P, but at this particular instant, the radius vector of P is given by this equation. Now we know that velocity V is equal to omega cross r. So omega is a vector, r is also a vector, and we know that velocity is also a vector. तो यहाँ पे क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट हो जाएगा, एंड इफ देर आर टू क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट्स ओमेगा एंड आर, तो हम लोग वेलोसिटी वही डिटर्मिनेंट का यूज करके निकाल सकते हैं. सो आई जे एंड के एंड देन 2 -1 4 -1 10 एंड 2. तो इसको अगर मल्टीप्लाई कर दे तो क्या हो जाएगा, I -2 -40 plus J -4 -4 plus K 20 -1. तो ये हो गया हमारा I -42 plus J -8 plus K 90. And this is velocity V, which must have the unit of, if this was mm earlier, then this must have the unit of mm per second. और एब्सोल्यूट वेलोसिटी अगर निकालनी है तो v इज इक्वल टू 42 अंडर रूट 42 स्क्वायर प्लस 8 स्क्वायर प्लस 19 square. So this will come as somewhat near 46.79 mm per second. So at that particular instant, when the radius vector is given by this equation, the angular speed is given by this equation, the velocity can be determined like this. The absolute velocity will be 46.79 mm per second. And what will be the direction of 46.79? The direction of this velocity vector V will be perpendicular to the plane on which radius vector and angular velocity vectors are lying. So if a radius vector is like this r, and omega the angular velocity vector is here, तो अगर ये दोनों को जोड़ के एक प्लेन बना सकते हैं, तो इस प्लेन के परपेंडिकुलर पे लीनियर वेलोसिटी v होगा. So like v is equal to omega cross r, similarly there are other quantities like torque, which is nothing but r cross f. So r is the position vector and f is the force vector. So this was about the vector product or cross product. Then there is scalar product or dot product. So if the product is a scalar, the multiplication is called the scalar product or the dot product, and let's say there are two vectors, vector A and vector B, which are separated by some angle theta. Then their dot product is the also called cos product, and we can write A dot B is equal to AB cos theta, where A dot B or dot product is a scalar, which actually means that there is no need to determine the magnitude as well as the direction of a dot product. Okay, although you can determine something, but it will not be perpendicular and like a cross product. और इसको ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं कि अगर डॉट प्रोडक्ट है तो I dot I and I are both are the same vectors, so same vectors are either parallel or collinear. So in that case theta becomes 0, and if the theta becomes 0, then I dot I is also J dot J is also K dot K, and it will become 1 because all these are unit vectors. Similarly, I dot J, which is also equal to J dot K, which is also equal to K dot I, will become 0 because all these are 90 degrees apart. So cos 90 is 0. So this term also becomes 0. Similarly, if I want to write A dot A, then we can write ax square ax square plus bx square plus ax square plus ay square. Okay. Plus ay square plus az square. And similarly, A dot B can be written as ax dot bx plus ay dot by plus az dot bz. And also dot product of two perpendicular vector is 0. तो अगर जब भी A और B के बीच में एंगल थीटा जो है वो 0 थीटा इज 90, देन A डॉट B विल बिकम 0. तो अगर हम देखें A डॉट A क्रॉस B क्या हो जाएगा? See, A cross B is a vector which is perpendicular to plane of A and B. तो ये A क्रॉस B एक वेक्टर होगा, और ये वेक्टर अगेन विच इज परपेंडिकुलर टू A and B both. तो A dot another vector which is perpendicular to A will be 0. Similarly, B dot A cross B will also be equal to 0. Now let's see the previous example, जहाँ पे हम लोगों ने velocity निकाला by using omega cross r, and v is a vector which is perpendicular to the omega as well as r. इसका मतलब है कि अगर हम ओमेगा डॉट वी करें तो 0 आना चाहिए, है ना, क्योंकि v जो है वो परपेंडिकुलर है ओमेगा के, एंड द डॉट प्रोडक्ट ऑफ टू वेक्टर्स विच आर परपेंडिकुलर टू ईच अदर इज 0. तो अगर ऐसा करने का कोशिश करते हैं तो क्या हो जाएगा? It's just in case I am again writing the value of omega and r. So omega was I2 plus j minus 1 plus k4, and r, the radius vector, was given by the radius vector, or the position vector is given by I minus 1 plus j10 plus k2. तो ओमेगा डॉट वी कितना हो जाएगा? That is ax bx, if you remember. So और v हमारा आया था I -42 plus j -8 plus k 19. So omega dot v will become 2 minus 42 plus see 2 minus 42 minus 1 into minus 8 plus 4 into 19. Let's see if it is 0. So 42 दूना 84, 84 minus 84 plus 8 plus 76. So 76, 8, 84 minus 84, it becomes 0. It means that our calculation was correct. So dot products can be used to cross verify whether your cross products are correct or not. Very similar to this, r dot v must also be equal to 0, you know. तो r dot v कर देंगे तो कितना हो जाएगा? I'm just directly writing the value 42 minus 80 plus 38. So this is again 0, and therefore our calculation of the cross product was correct. So both the cross products and dot products, they can be used simultaneously to verify the answers which uh, we have done using the cross product. So in next class we will see that how these dot products and cross products can be used to determine the position of any mechanism. Now, let's say if there is any mechanism और आपको कोई एक पॉइंट ऐसा उसका रेडियस वेक्टर पता है, तो आप बाकी लिंक्स के पोजीशंस के बारे में कैसे बता सकते हैं? विद द हेल्प ऑफ dot products and cross products that we will see in the next class. So this is all for today.